Good morning, students. So in our last class we have learnt two properties of metals. Okay, two different properties, appearance and sonority. Okay, these two properties we learnt in our last class. So the next property is malleability. Okay, third property, malleability. Here malleability means to make the materials into thin sheets, to flatten the materials into thin sheets which can be flattened. Okay, means which can be flattened into thin sheets. So such materials are known as malleable materials. Okay, here again two types are there, malleable and non-malleable. Okay, so malleable materials means which can be flattened. Okay, means in the materials which can be flattened, which materials can be flattened? Means those are, we can take iron, zinc, copper, gold, etc. These metals can be flattened into thin sheets. So they can be treated as malleable materials. Okay, they can be taken as malleable materials. So another one, non-malleable, means which cannot be flattened. Okay, non-malleable. Non-malleable means which cannot be flattened, which cannot be made into thin sheets. Those are non-malleable materials. For example, carbon, magnesium. Okay, magnesium, carbon, sulfur, etc. So these all come under non-malleable materials. Okay, so this property is known as malleability property. Clear? Okay, next. The next property, fourth property is ductility. Another property, ductility. Okay. Fourth property is ductility. Means make into thin wires. Okay, means they can be made into thin wires. That is the ductility property. Means can be drawn into thin wires. Okay, means drawn into thin wires. So the property of the materials which can be drawn into thin wires, that property is known as ductility. Here again ductile materials are there, non-ductile materials are there. Okay, so ductile means which can be drawn into thin wires. So which materials can be drawn into thin wires? Okay, for example, see iron, copper, aluminium. Okay, next zinc. These all materials can be drawn into thin wires. So those are known as ductile materials. Another one, non-ductile materials. Okay, so non-ductile. Non-ductile means which cannot be drawn into thin wires. Materials which cannot be drawn into thin wires. So we cannot make them into thin wires. Those are known as non-ductile. So which materials cannot be drawn? Those are carbon, okay, and iodine. Carbon, iodine, sulfur. So these all come under non-ductile. Okay, means which cannot be drawn into thin wires. So this is the property of ductility. Okay, next we will have another property, that is conductivity, electrical conductivity. Fifth property is electrical conductivity. Electrical conductivity means, okay, so conductivity property means the materials which conduct electricity, which do not conduct electricity. Okay, so which materials can conduct electricity and which materials cannot conduct electricity? Which materials will allow the current to pass through them? Which materials do not allow the current to pass through them? Based on that one, here again conductors and insulators, good conductors and bad conductors. Okay, here again this one, good conductors. Another property is good conductors. Good conductors means which conduct electricity. Okay, which conduct electricity. Those are conductors. Examples: copper, iron, silver, aluminium. So most of the metals are good conductors of electricity. Next, another one, poor conductors or bad conductors or insulators, other name. Okay, so which which do not conduct electricity, which do not conduct electricity. Those are insulators or poor conductors. Examples: rubber, or here we can take the materials carbon or sulfur, So poor conductors means which do not conduct electricity. Okay, or these are insulators. For example, sulfur, iodine, carbon. These all are poor conductors of electricity. Okay. So these are poor conductors of electricity. Okay. So when a connector means arrange an electric circuit, means take a battery and a bulb and connect these with these materials. Okay, take these samples and connect this to connect it in an electric circuit. Then what will happen? You see whether the bulb glows or not. For these good conductors, the bulb will glow. For the bad conductors, the bulb will not glow. Okay, so this is the property called conductivity. So these are the physical properties of the materials or the metals. Okay. Next, what are the chemical properties? Here we can take the non-metals. For example, another one, non-metals means what we explained now all are about the metals. What about non-metals? So non-metals do not exhibit these properties like sonority, appearance, ductility, conductivity. So they do not exist these properties, non-metals. So non-metals are soft in nature. Okay, so they do not exhibit all these properties. What are the examples for non-metals? Examples of non-metals: hydrogen, oxygen. Okay. Next, sulfur, carbon, phosphorus. These all come under non-metals. So they do not exhibit all these properties. Okay, but they exhibit the chemical properties. They do not exhibit these physical properties. Okay, so then non-metals. So another one is non-metals. Non-metals means these are soft in nature, which do not exhibit the properties like sonority and appearance, ductility and conductivity. Okay, these are soft in nature. These here metals are, most of the solids are metals, but mercury is a liquid metal. But here non-metals means most of the gases are non-metals except carbon, sulfur and phosphorus. They are non-metals only, but they will be in solid state. Okay. So non-metals, soft in nature, and they do not exhibit the physical properties. Examples are carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen. So these all are the non-metals. Okay. Now these metals and non-metals exhibit the chemical properties. Means they will react with some other metals to form new products. Okay. So we learn about this in the next class. Thank you.